um, moment for me, and it would be disingenuous not to mention it because I'm sure it'll creep in. I'm not a big believer in hero worship because you usually are disappointed. Uh, but I do have a few intellectual heroes too, to be exact, and people that I always thought I would want to emulate if I ever got to be in a position even remotely like theirs. Those two people are Richard Feynman, who I wrote a book about, and Noam Chomsky. I had the opportunity to know both of them, but I got to know Noam when I was a graduate student at MIT. MIT has the wisdom to not require you to take any courses if you're a graduate student, which was wonderful. So I didn't take any physics classes, but I took 2 courses in U.S. foreign policy from Noam Chomsky, and it was a revelation to me. The first thing that personally impressed me of him was a man who took time out from a field that he clearly loved, linguistics, to talk about issues that matter to people. The courses that he taught for me at MIT were courses that weren't on the curriculum. He just voluntarily taught these courses in addition to his regular curriculum because he thought they were important. As a graduate student, not in linguistics but in physics, I would walk into his office periodically and sit down and ask him a question. And we would talk for an hour, and I was just overwhelmed that he took me seriously. He showed me a kind of respect which I did not expect. And the last thing was that when I went, and Noam spends a lot of his time, and has always spent a lot of his time out in public, and in Cambridge there are many times when I was fortunate enough to go listen to him. And what impressed me was not just his discussions, but afterwards he answered questions well past midnight to the last person that asked the question. He showed a kind of respect and generosity for people's interests that is not common in most public intellectuals. And I always hoped that I would try and emulate those things. And every time I'm into that situation, I think of Noam. And some people say, what would Jesus do? But I ask, what would Noam do? So it is therefore one of the... It is therefore one of the truly greatest honors of my life to welcome onto the stage Noam Chomsky.